So Alicia and I were woken up at about 5:30 in the morning from this curtain falling right next to the bed. So that was fun. Also, excuse the pajamas. I haven't gotten dressed yet. Today is a day off for me. It's a day off for Alicia as well. I have to clean Diamond's cage. I have to tidy a little bit. And then I'm going to be calling Brigham and Women's Hospital about a top surgery consultation. They just called me. I have been reaching out to various surgeons in the Boston area to see who would take my insurance and who would operate on a person with a BMI over 40. I believe mine is about 43 or so. You know, granted, BMI is an outdated measuring tool and is, someone's weight is not an indication of their health, etc., etc. But some surgical places do still adhere to that, and they won't operate on people who are larger. I'm 5'4", so for me to be below a BMI of 30, which I think is a standard for a lot of places, I have to be 150 pounds. It's really low. I don't think I've been 150 pounds since I was like 12, maybe. I don't know. I've always been kind of bigger, and I'm okay with that, honestly. Since I've been doing a lot of the work unpacking my gender identity, my issues with my weight have gone away, because now I'm understanding that my body image issues were related more to my gender than my size. So I'm okay with being a big guy. That doesn't bother me. So, and I feel relatively healthy, and my blood work has never come back in any sort of capacity that says, hey, you should lose some weight. Like, my cholesterol's been fine and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, so I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to clean Diamond's cage, do a little bit of tidying, and call them back to set up a consult. I do have a consult set up with Longwood plastic surgeons. Dr. Reformat is the surgeon who does the gender affirming surgeries there. I have that consultation set up for August 9th, but I am trying to get at least one more consultation set up so that I can kind of see what options are available to me, see what their results look like, pricing, things like that. And Brigham Women's has an entire transgender health department. So that gives me a lot of hope that, they know what they're doing. And I've seen some good reviews in some of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of. There's a couple top surgery related Facebook groups I'm in. And I've been looking up the names of the different surgeons I'm finding. So both of the ones that I'm trying to get a consult with seem to be pretty well received. Like, people had good experiences. I just don't see a lot of photos of results there. Sorry, I'm cutting into this clip a couple weeks later, actually, as I'm editing the video. I'm leaving for work soon, so don't mind me. I had gone into, at this point, talking about why I was having a hard time finding videos. And while I was recording that clip, I mentioned a website by name, and in doing so, kind of, I decided to re-edit it without mentioning the website by name, because at the time that I was recording this clip, a New York Times article had come out, which was describing a trans man's journey getting phalloplasty, and a particular website was mentioned by name. It's a website that a lot of trans people use to get ideas for how surgery results may look. It's a photo sharing site. It's members only, and because a lot of our surgeries deal with very private places on our bodies, there's photos of very private things on that website. And when this New York Times article went up, it mentioned the website by name, and a white nationalist conservative website got a hold of it, posted that information there, and then this website was about to get inundated with hate. And bad people, were potentially going to get access to photos of trans people's genitals pre and post-op and during the healing process, and could use it for bad purposes. The creators of the website immediately took it down. They still have all the information and stuff, so hopefully it's going to go back up. But that website is not accessible at this time because the creators saw this thing happening and took preventative measures to keep people safe, which is good. But The downside being that for those of us who are currently researching these surgeries and trying to figure out which surgeons give us the results that we're looking for, we don't really have access to the source anymore, which is unfortunate. But this New York Times article situation also kind of highlighted the need for safe places for us away from cis people, where we can talk about our own issues with our bodies and our own goals with our bodies without having to worry about people coming in and using that information for harmful things. Because obviously a lot of what we deal with is very private, it's very personal, and there's a lot of hateful people who would use any information that we discuss in our own groups to try and attack us, obviously. So when I had originally recorded this clip, I had mentioned the website by name, and as I was editing it, I'm like, no, I don't want to name it, even though I don't think anybody on my YouTube channel would be part of that group. It's better just not to name it by name anyway. If anybody who is trans is looking for it, I encourage you to seek other websites. There's Facebook groups about various trans-related surgeries, gender-affirming surgeries. There's also Reddit groups where we share resources with each other in controlled environments where you have to log in to get access to that kind of stuff. Because unfortunately we are under attack by quite a lot of people, especially right now in the United States government. So we have to keep those resources protected, I think, to prevent transphobic and hateful people from getting access to information that they don't need access to, frankly. So that's why the abrupt shift in the clips right now, because as I was editing, I'm like, nope, I got to change what I'm talking about here so that I am not mentioning the website by name. But yeah. Anyway, back to the rest of the vlog. There we go. Sorry about the lighting in my bedroom. It's not great in here, but yeah, here's Diamond. He's been in the vlogs before, but yep, that's a mirror. Hi, that's the camera. Hello. Okay, don't climb the lens, buddy. Here he goes. Yep, there he is. I still have him. He's 23. He's gonna be 24 in October this year. He's an old man. He's starting to show it too. Doesn't have as much energy as he used to. And thankfully, my camera's tracking his head, which is kind of hilarious. His appetite's still good. What are you doing? You're falling. Can you hold on, please, sir? Hi. Okay. I don't know what he's doing. Hang on. This is a little tub that he sits in while I clean his cage. Hi, that's my camera. This is not new. I've recorded you before. Hi. Hey, he's an old man now. Oh, there he goes. Oh, good job. Oh, jeez. Listen. You need to calm down, okay? Yeah, I gotta clean your cage because you pooped. So, yeah. There's my old man. I've had you for almost 23 and a half years. You've been through a lot. So am I. Yeah. Yeah, he's starting to wind down. He's not as active as he used to be. He still has a healthy appetite, though. Every time it's feeding day, he's all for it. So that's a very good sign. But he's definitely starting to show his age, I think. Yeah, the old man. Okay, well, I gotta put you in the box of doom now. I'm sorry. I have to clean your cage. And I can't have you roaming because there's a cat in the apartment, and he will absolutely try to get in here. So, I gotta isolate you while I clean the cage. I know. It's not gonna be long. It only takes me 20 minutes to clean your cage these days. He doesn't do this very often, but he just did it a second ago. Let's see if he'll do it again. No? You're not gonna do it now that I have the camera? He was wagging his tail a second ago. No? There he goes. He's wagging his tail. Slowly, but... Yep. Sir, you are not a dog. What is that? That was it? More energetic earlier. You really have gotten older. There he goes. There he goes for another one. Yep. Yep. My snake wags his tail. No idea why. He's also trying to climb up a shirt. Please don't do that. Hey, that's not a hide spot, sorry. Goober. Alright, so I'm making this phone call from the bedroom because Alicia's kind of on her computer watching videos and stuff. And I tend to concentrate better on phone calls when I'm alone because phone anxiety. But basically I'm going to call Brigham and Women's back about, you know, consulting for top surgery and see what they say. My main concerns are insurance coverage and BMI. And it seems like BMI may not be an issue, but my insurance coverage could be. So we'll see how that goes. I need to get my insurance card. I'm going to get that, and then I have my notebook and my planner, and so I can write things down, and I'm going to call them back, and I will check back in later. So it's the next day. So I did manage to get a hold of Brigham Women's, and I spoke to a receptionist there, and he told me that both of the surgeons there do have a BMI limit that I don't meet, unfortunately. But he wanted me to call rather than just sending me an email because he had another doctor to recommend to me that he himself saw, apparently, who doesn't have a BMI limit, and he highly recommends this surgeon. So I really appreciate the extra step that he took to be like, I'm sorry we can't help you here, but here's a place that probably can. So I appreciate that extra step. So I now have another one in Northampton, which is about a 2-hour drive from here, so not ideal. I'd rather Boston if I can help it. So but I think having more consultations in place, at least 2 total, I think if I could have 2 or 3 consultations total, I think that would at least give me a good idea of what my options are, rather than just going with the first person that I can talk to, I think. So I'm working the next 2 days. I'm off on Sunday, but places tend to be closed on Sunday, but we'll see. I'm going to try and reach out to this other place in the next week and see if I can book a consultation through them or see what their steps are required for a consultation. I reached out to UMass Worcester. There's a surgeon there, and for their office I need to have a referral from a PCP before they can even book a consult. I'm seeing my PCP for the first time in late June. So I do need to make sure that they got my medical records, so I'm probably going to follow up on that too in the next week or so. Just adulting stuff. I also need to, in June, early June, if I can help it, but before July anyway, I need to get a rust spot on my car dealt with because my inspection is up in July, and last year they told me if that spot got any bigger it would fail inspection. So I need to take my car to a body shop and get that dealt with in the next month and a half. So, yay, adulting. But yeah, working the next 2 weeks. Off on Sunday. So Banks has started playing fetch. You want it?
He has been, but
Let me just change to my throwing arm. Here we go. You want it? Do you want it? He goes. He's gonna bring it back in a second. Maybe. After he kills it. Oh, jeez. You gonna bring it back?
What?
Here he is.
Hey!
Okay, so it's been a couple of days since I vlogged, probably even longer than that. So since then, I have cut my hair. I was getting kind of sick of the haircut for a bit. I was feeling a little weird about it, not like in a bad way, but with the way that I had been styling my hair recently. I was like looking in the mirror in the morning as I'm styling it, and I would see my dad. Which is an improvement over seeing my mom, which I did briefly because mom had a haircut like that for a while when I was a kid. So I'm seeing a male face, which is good. But yeah, I didn't really want to feel like I was copying my dad either. So I switched back to the mohawk, which is what I did for 5 years, and it's been my favorite haircut that I've had, and it feels more like me. So But it was a fun little experiment growing my hair out and trying a more traditionally masculine cut. Well, more traditional cut anyway. But it didn't really feel like me. This feels more like me, and I still feel pretty masculine with it. I do want to grow the middle part out and have it longer again like I used to have it. I've always liked the look of men with longer hair and facial hair. That's how I want to look. So this is starting to come in enough that I think by the time this is longer, it should be more visible. I'm noticing too, my voice is a little, I feel like it's deeper, maybe, to me anyway, especially in the mornings. It's been pretty gravelly when I wake up. And what else? Past couple of days I've been using minoxidil on my face. I've had it for a while. I've done it like sporadically, like once or twice a week, and then just not done it for a while. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with it regularly, but I've been wearing it and doing it twice a day the past couple of days. Putting it on in the morning, wearing it through work and washing my face when I get home, and then putting it on again before bed. Today I put it on before going out to get my car looked at the mechanic, and then when I had lunch I washed it off, and I'll put it on again before bedtime. I had to get the AC recharged in my car because it's going to be 100 degrees this weekend. But I'm off today. Alicia's off today, and it's mostly a chore day. I'm gonna meal prep, I'm gonna do laundry, and I'm also gonna try something new. I bought trans tape ages ago, and I just never got around to trying it. I want to give it a shot. I want to try putting it on and see if I can do anything with, this. So, I don't know. We'll see if that experiment works. So, these are the supplies that I bought. I bought the large roll of trans tape. It came in a kit, so the removal oil's in there, the repairing salve's in there, and then these little guards, which, frankly, I don't think are going to fit, so I'm probably going to have to make my own. And then I have some alcohol swabs and some scissors. And Diamond, who is very curious in what I'm doing right next to his cage. Hello. Hi. What's up? Okay. I'm going to be here a bit, bud. Don't mind me. So I don't know how well it's going to show up, but this is me starting before. I'm wearing a compression sports bra right now. I'm not wearing my usual bra because it is currently in the washer, so I can't wear it, obviously. And the other one that I have is way too loose, and it's mostly just meant for laundry days, so it won't give an accurate representation of what I look like day to day. But just for size reference, I'm about 250 pounds, 5'4", and I usually wear a 44G cup. So just to give you an idea of where the starting point is. So yeah, this is with a slight bit of compression. I don't usually wear the sports bra by itself. There have been times where I've worn my regular bra and I've worn this over it because I feel like this doesn't give enough support. And I have a pretty physical job, so I'm always worried of, movement. So, but yeah, so let's give the tape a try. So that was a failure. The only thing I actually managed to do successfully was make the nipple guards. And then I went through half a roll and several attempts with the tape before I realized it wasn't going to work. So this is me without wearing a bra of any kind, just to show you why it won't work. Obviously I'm wearing the nipple guards, but like, I don't really know how to show this without it looking different, but it's going to look weird no matter what I do. But if I tuck my shirt under, it's alright. But like, that's how much I have going on. Like, it's a lot. Sorry about the weird angle, but this is what I was looking at, trying to figure out how am I gonna, tape these up, and I just can't. They're too big. They're dense enough that they don't really flatten well, and there's just not enough tape really for it to be comfortable. It won't work. Binding doesn't work for me either, for the same problem. They're too big. There's nowhere to put them. Even wearing like an actual binder, I have one from GC2B, it still looks like I'm just wearing a sports bra. Like, it's still enough there that, you know, it's noticeable. The last I was able to get it was by wearing a compression sports bra and a binder on top of it, but that's not really safe to do for long periods of time. I did it for like a night out at a drag show for like 3 hours. But I can't really do that at work. I work 8.5 hours a day, full time. I do a lot of bagging, so it's a very physical job. I'm pushing carriages, I'm lifting heavy objects, I'm bending over a lot. It's not really safe for me to, you know, double bind. You really shouldn't double bind ever anyway. It's definitely not safe, but even wearing a binder with the minimal compression it gives me isn't safe with what I do for work. So what I've been doing is just a bra, and when it's not too hot out, a Tomboy X compression top over which is basically just a sports bra, which, you know, makes it a little less obvious than when I'm just wearing a normal bra, but not by much. It just looks like a sports bra. And as the summer rolls around, I'm not going to be able to do that. We've already had a couple of high 80-degree days, and it was too hot for me to wear the two bras. I had to take one of them off. So it's going to be too hot for me to wear layers at work at all. I've been wearing an open button-up over my work shirt to kind of just hide as much of my chest as I can. It doesn't really do a lot. It makes me feel a little better. It makes me feel like my chest is a little less obvious, but it's still obvious. I'm not a small person. Summer's coming up, and I'm not going to be able to do that anymore. It's going to be too hot. I'm going to make myself sick if I do that, but sorry. Really, my only option here is top surgery. That's the only thing I have. The only option I have that's actually going to provide results, because any other method of hiding my chest just doesn't work. It's just too fucking big. I do have a consultation in August, but, you know, I'll find out after the consultation how much my insurance will pay for and how much it'll be. If it's beyond a certain point, I won't be able to afford it for a while. I'm not really going to know for sure until I have that consultation, but I just... I've had these since I was 11. They became this size by the time I was 15 years old. And it was around that time that I started hating myself. I didn't fully understand why. I thought it was because I was just overweight. But it was around the time that they got to where they are now. They've been this size, that big, essentially. I mean, they might have gotten slightly bigger as I put on weight as an adult, but they've been proportionally that big compared to the rest of my body since I was about 15 years old. And I hated them. I've always hated them. I hated how obvious they are. You know, when I'm home by myself, it's easy to ignore. Like, I disassociate a lot and just kind of pretend they're not there, just ignore them entirely. But anytime I'm out in public and I feel like they're obvious, I get extremely self-conscious. And it's been like that since I was a teenager. Like, in any moment when it's cold out or the fabric of a shirt feels just weird enough to, you know, do the whole chicken's done thing, I guess. I'm immediately freaking out because I'm like, oh God, everyone's looking at them. Anytime I was wearing any sort of shirt that made them obvious, that had any amount of cleavage, I immediately was aware of it and was freaking out internally that everybody else was looking at them. And I didn't want people to do that. I didn't want anybody to look at them. And it's been, I've been, that's the way I've felt about them since I was a teenager. So I always wore baggy shirts when I was in high school. I always wore a hoodie. I've looked back at my old high school photos and I can't find a single one when I didn't have a hoodie on, even during the summer, or some sort of baggy shirt. Again, I'm also a fat person, so that might have had something to do with it, but I had these really baggy hoodies, this red one in particular that I wore constantly my sophomore and junior years of high school before it got frayed and I had to throw it out. And I'm wearing it in almost every photo of me from when I was about 15. And I didn't wear bras that fit me well. I didn't wear bras that have a lot of support. So they were hung down a lot. And I think I did that on purpose. I avoided underwire because they were uncomfortable. But I think I purposely avoided supportive bras because it pushed them up and it made them more obvious, even though unsupportive bras are a little less comfortable for back problems. So I've been wearing ones that are more supportive since I was about 20, mostly to help with my back pain, but especially because I've been working on my feet in a grocery store since I was about 20. But yeah, that tape didn't work. I'm too big. It won't work for me. I've been looking at videos online of other people trying it. The largest person I saw do one, like wear trans tape and have it be successful, was somebody who's a double D. And I'm at least twice their size, like breast wise, maybe even more. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything that will work for someone my size. Not that I've been able to find. If there's any other trans masculine people here who are anywhere near my size and shape, who have figured something out, I would love to see it. I would love some advice, but I don't really think I have any other options other than surgery, really, which is something I'm going to do anyway. But I don't really think there's anything else I can do until then, except just deal with what I have. I don't really think I'm going to be able to hide it, except with what I've been doing with the sports bra and the button downs over my work shirt when I'm out in public. Not going to be able to do that in the summer, though. It's already ranking up to be a pretty bad summer. It's going to be 100 degrees this weekend, and it's only end of May. So July is going to be brutal, I think. I anticipate 100-degree weather consistently in the summer, which I'm not looking forward to. And I can't wear layers then, no matter how bad my dysphoria gets, because it's just not safe. I don't want to give myself heat stroke. I don't want to, make myself sick. And it fucking sucks that I have to balance my physical health and my mental health right now. And that I have to prioritize my physical health just so I can get through the day and not do any permanent damage. But my mental health is definitely going to take a toll. So I'm in therapy. That's going to help a little. At least I can talk about it. But it just fucking sucks. There's really nothing I can do about it. There's really nothing I can do about these at all. And I've tried everything that I can find. So anyway, that experiment failed. It was about, I don't know, $50 down the drain. That's not gonna fucking work. So I don't really know what else to do at this point. except wait. Tired of waiting. That's all I can really do right now. So that's all I got. Anyway, sorry to end this vlog on such a bummer of a note, but I think that's all I had in store for this vlog. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.